Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ahad Raza, and today we're going to focus on attacking. Now, if you haven't checked out Sarah Jane Perry's fantastic interview where she discusses everything about going short, and she talks about her experience, the way she thinks about things, she talks a lot about nuances, and she shares practical applications, I would highly encourage you to check it out. It's a fantastic, fantastic interview. Now today, I'm going to focus in particular on a slightly more advanced technique. It's going to involve a bit of disguise, and it's going to focus on a softer kill shot. Now, before we get into the specifics in the demonstrations, the reason for wearing slippers is because I fractured a bone in my pinky toe a little while ago. I'm finally walking without too much pain, so forgive my poor kit choice today. Anyways, here's the skill that I want to talk about. Now, we're talking about disguise, we're talking a little bit about deception, we're talking about disruption and breaking patterns. Most people have a strong area in court, and for a lot of people, juniors in particular that I've worked with, their backhand mid-court ends up being their strength. They really focus on developing a drop and a volley drop, a straight drop and a straight volley drop from the mid-court. And a lot of their attacking is set up from this position, and a lot of their points are won from this position. But what happens is when every time I'm in this position, if I do that, what's my opponent going to do? They're going to start anticipating that, they're going to expect it, and they're going to start running forward. And in particular, they're going to run into that direction. Now, there are several ways to think about this, but the one that I'm going to focus on is shifting the angle. Now, imagine, after setting up this pattern of being strong here, if I set up here, and instead of the straight drop, I play that cross-court running kill, my opponent's going to be moving to the front left, and the ball is going to be moving into the mid right. There are a few nuances that make it supremely effective, which we'll talk about in a second. But the first piece is you have to think about whether you have a strong area in the court. And again, I chose the mid left because that's a common strength zone for people especially higher performance juniors. Then once you figure out what your strength zone is, you have to think about how you can pair it with something. Now, I'm choosing to leverage this cross-court kill angle because it goes with pace and it runs away from the opponent in a slightly awkward angle, something that it's a movement that a lot of people aren't that comfortable making, especially if you get the angle right. So again, develop an attacking area first, and then think about how you can pair it with another shot that's going to break your opponent's expectations, and it's going to be a very awkward, uncomfortable movement for them to make that adjustment. Now, when it comes to hitting the shot, the key things that I would suggest for you are set up like you're going to be hitting that backhand drop or backhand kill. And that's going to mean that you have some rotation, your racket is set up, and then you're closing your body. The mistake that people make is that if they want to go cross, they automatically open up their body and they sell the cross court. They show the cross court and then they hit the cross court. So what's really, really critical here is that you keep your body position to go straight, and then you use your forearm and your wrist to come around the ball, and you change the angle of your racket face. So let me show this to you from another angle. So again, imagine we're on the tee. For that backhand straight volley drop, you're going to close off your body, and you're going to come and make contact somewhere around this point with your front leg, and then you're going to put that ball into that front left corner. Now, if I want to put that ball across, forget the little stumble there, I lost my balance. If you want to put the ball across, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to take the ball out in front, except instead of just keeping your racket face still here, you're going to come here and change it at the last minute. So there's this little manipulation that's happening from the wrist and the forearm here. That sends the ball in the opposite direction, but your body is selling the straight shot to your opponent. And let's just give you one back-to-back demonstration, folks. So regular volley drop, ball comes, I step in, I play my shot, showing the straight, playing the cross. And if you could catch the ball there, the second bounce was somewhere around here, which is exactly what you want. You want that second bounce going just before the short line if possible. This ball's obviously a bit cold, which makes it easier to do that. With a hot ball, it's a lot harder, but you do not want to necessarily crack this ball. You want to hit it with a controlled medium pace cut to keep that ball staying short. I would encourage you to practice this, and if you can set this up for yourself, you are going to be sending a lot of people on a taxi ride. If you want more details around how to specifically hit this shot, leave a comment in the comment section below, and we will link you to the appropriate playlist. All right, folks, thanks for watching. As always, give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Share it with a friend or a family member that's going to benefit from it. All right, we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.